All right, Matt Bester got the green flag out. Looking to go the other side at 3:29. Boy, he had all kinds of power, all kinds of wheel speed, but he just never got hooked up. He goes front end to the air, just never got any real big ground speed built up. Yeah, if you watch down on the starting line, that sled was going right back up.
Well, for all the farmers, we waited all summer for it to rain, and now it's raining when it's time to harvest. So I apologize to everybody for that. It's my fault because I didn't have any tractor pulls in Richland Center this year. That's what Elsing and Adam Adrian always say to me. If they want rain, they're supposed to let me schedule a pull in Richland Center. So welcome everybody to Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. My name is Jason Schultz. I am the co-host. Greg Elsing, president of the Badger State Tractor Pullers. John Stranley below me. I want to do like Hollywood Squares, guys. Greg, you point up, you point over at me, and I point over at you, and it's the opposite.
Oh, no, you're over there.
You can find us every Monday night here at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can also listen to this as an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify under the Let's Grow Pulling tab. Go into those and then just type in Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers, and you will find us. So we've been doing this since early spring. It's been a lot of fun. We've had different guests. Time to kind of slide into winter. We're going to celebrate our points champions. Greg and John are going to work on getting on a points champion every Monday. Then we'll start talking about the banquet, start talking about indoor pulling, start talking about the 2024 schedule. And it's just, it's like What About Bob, the movie, every Tuesday. But it's a lot of fun. So if any of you have ideas, I know Greg and John are going to do some shop tours. I'm going to try to go out with them when I can. I know that's been what everybody's talked about the most. You know, recently we've had Chris Feller come on and talk about the Parks tires. Is that what he calls them, right, Greg?
Yep.
And then also those blocks he was building, right? So
right, the V8 blocks. I think a lot of people thought that was one of the coolest things we've done so far. So I'd like to do a little more of that stuff. And we'll get down to the shop sometime too and watch them build their blocks. You know, see if we got one coming out of the mill or machine or something. You know,
I'm with you.
Really cool. They, you know, I know the block starts out as a 4,000-pound chunk of steel and gets whittled down to 750 pounds.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Amazing.
I'm sure We'll do. I think we should. I've had people talk to me about going to shops that aren't in Badger State too. That I think would be pretty cool to see some other guys.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know why we couldn't do that. We'll have to figure it all out. So
Yeah. Yep.
have to figure it all out. So, John, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. One thing I want to mention tonight is we still have some raffle tickets for sale. Badger State raffle tickets are $100 a piece. Chance to win, what is it?
25 grand?
25, 15, and
Yeah. So
Yep.
we still have some tickets left. We sold a bunch in Monroe. We thought we were getting down there, but that was just what Jack Spots lady friend had for tickets. So Jack Spots has some more. I got 2 books coming to my house. A couple people talked to me already. So if you want some tickets, you live close by me, let me know. I'll get you hooked up with tickets.
I need to do a book of tickets. I do a book every year, John. So I'll get on that. So
I've got some extra here if you need them.
okay, great. Count on me. So is there 5 in a book?
Yep.
Yeah. Put me down.
Yep. So no need to be there. Just so you guys know, we will draw the winner at our.
Yep. Gallant's is gonna win it anyways. That's what we talk about all the time. So
We're also.
As soon as I get some tickets in the mail, I'm going over to Jefferson, which is only about 15, 18 minutes away. I'm going to corner Tom Gallant's and have him pick one and write my name on it, and then I'll be good.
Yep.
So I'm hoping that'll be the winning deal for me. And if not, I got another buddy of mine that's always got a lucky horseshoe riding around with him. So I'm going to have him sign his name on the ticket and mine behind it, and we'll go halvesies on that, and I'm guaranteed to win once.
Who's that, Punky?
No, no.
He's usually pretty lucky.
He's pretty lucky, that guy. Yeah. No, Brian. Brian and I got the mini rod together. Brian, he gets on the Super Bowl pools. He always wins one way or another.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you do not need to be there when we draw. Make sure you got your information on it. $100 a ticket. Only 1,000 tickets being sold. Maximum 1,000 tickets. You get 3 chances to win, big prizes. So.
Yep.
yeah, it's a fantastic chance to really win. It's like a good 50-50 pot or a split the pot, whatever you call them, John. What was the biggest 50-50 raffle you had this year, John, when you were on the mic?
Like $4,400. That was Monroe.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
all the raffle stuff. What's it go to help out with us?
Yep, it all goes to, and when you sell tickets, I just have the people, when I sell them, if they want to write a check, I have them make the check directly out to the Children's Hospital. Then there's no questions where it's going.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay.
But if it's cash, if it's $100 bill, it's $100 bill, it still gets there.
Yep.
Okay. So it goes into our big fundraising for the American Family Children's Hospital, and it's just a great event that we do, and it all adds to it, and we hope to have a record year with that this year again.
Well, I think we will, with the people that bought the Calcutta this year. Was $54,000 just the Calcutta. Was crazy.
Was that the Pro Stock class again, Greg?
Yeah, I hate to switch off. I think I'd like to give everybody, but it seems like that class just brings the most money. I don't know.
Well, all the Pro Stock guys have money. That's why they got Pro Stocks, right, Stanley? All those big, rich Pro Stock guys like Elsie.
Yeah, but Pro Stock ones that bid on them.
They did. The guys that got the real money now correct me if I'm wrong, Greg. You might agree with me, you might not, but the guys that have the real money are the ones with the diesel super stocks, right?
Yeah, I've heard. The big dog.
Yeah. Sure ain't the guy with the little tractors. We know that.
Hey, mini rods are cool, Stanley. Mini rods are cool. I love them. I'm just too fat to have a mini rod, so that's why I got on a big tractor. So
see, I'm going to tell you about the first tractor I built for Super Farm, and I got second in points in Badger State. Buying the tractor and putting everything on it was $13,000.
Wow.
And that's no baloney.
Back in 1900 and what?
Yeah, 2.
It's before the Model T car. Before
the wood to get the steam going was the hardest part. Got to get the right wood.
Oh shoot! I'm on the Badger State website. I just wanted to touch on this. And then John or Greg, who are our sponsors? Can you please thank them real quick?
Our sponsors are Farm Street Toys, Casper Egg, Trip Downing, and Salama Enterprises. The great sponsors for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers.
Thank you for your support. And we're always taking more sponsors for the show. It just helps us with some gas money to get around, honestly, and just travel to get to the shop tours and stuff like that. It's a great way to get your name out there. We have a lot of people watching, and we actually have more watchers this time of year in the winter than we do in the summer because everybody's so busy. So that's just part of that, if anybody wonders how that works. But the podcast, the thousands of listens that we get to later in the week, and then the views on YouTube and Facebook like that are good as well. So it stays out there. It's not like you don't have to catch it live. You can watch Down and Dirty anytime. Candid photos are needed for the banquet. Year-end video. If you go to the Badger State banquet, they do that. It's really neat. Everybody kind of watches. Everybody's got some good pictures. So definitely got to get a picture of Lee Ruff's hair, don't we, Greg? Somewhere.
Yeah. The dark beef stick.
Yeah, this one right here. So
Yeah.
gotta make sure. It's important. That's the only photo I have in my overlays right now because I love Lee. But anyway, this is on the bstponline.com. I put that into the comments. Candid photos needed for the banquet year-end video. Please email your photos to kbrownmeyer@gmail.com. Photos received after October 31st may not be included in the video. Thanks for your understanding. So, and then the BSTP banquet 2023 room block invite is up. I'm going to put this up. This has been up since August 5th. Here's everything you need to know for the banquet coming up. Again, this is all on the website. If you can't find this on the website, message us on the Facebook page and we'll send you over to this. What is a room block?
Banquet too. So it's not just the pullers or the sponsors. If there's some fans that want to come to the banquet, you can come. Jump in there, get your tickets, and come on and enjoy the night. It's a great night.
Even if you want a room, you better get them fast because I think they're almost all gone, and we cannot anymore. We cannot.
That's a smoking deal to get a 3-bedroom suite at that place for $225. I mean, it's like double that normally on a weekend. You know what I mean? So it's great. My kids, I remember my kids, Greg would always bring up a friend, and I had my friends' kids don't even like tractor pulling. They're like, "Hey, when's that Badger State banquet, Jason? When do we go in the Dells again?" But that was great because then they could run around all night, and I could pretend to be a rock star down there at the banquet. So
You were.
Oh, I have a couple. There's a couple stories still floating around that might be true.
A couple, yeah. Oh, yeah.
A couple proud moments.
a couple.
If anybody has any questions or comments, let us know. We'll put them up here. And take two or
We're gonna start to celebrate our points champions. Our first guest, tonight we got Andy Cartwright. He's back in the green room right now. He's getting his makeup on because he's ugly as shit. I didn't say that, Andy. I'm just trying to watch his face. Yeah, he's laughing. No, we don't. We do have a green room, but we don't have the budget yet for the alcohol and all the girls like the rock stars have. So we just leave them off screen and we talk smack about them. But Andy had a fantastic season. Finished 566 points. He won Monroe the last hook of the year for points there. Matt Castor finished in second at 524. Burkholtz's were 518. Steph was 514. Paulson's were 470. And then Andy's dad, Mark, finished in sixth at 368. Well, I want to bring up each poll and kind of go through the season. I think that'd be kind of fun, John and Greg, to see what Andy remembers on each poll there. So welcome to the show. Andy Cartwright, your 2023 Light Pro Badger State Points Champion.
Thank you.
We can't afford sound effects yet, Cartwright, so we just clap ourselves. So.
Okay. We'll work on it.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let's start. First hook of the year. Did you guys look at the Children's Hospital poll?
Yeah, that was our first hook. Yes.
Well, let's go right to it here. Give me a second. Bring this up on the old website. Bring this up on the screen. We're just going to kind of go hook by hook, Mark or Andy. Celebrate your season and talk about it. It'll be kind of fun.
Is this the first time you've won the Light Pro class, Andy?
I won it before COVID.
Before COVID-19?
19, yeah.
Yep. That's cool. It's a hard thing to do, isn't it? Win a points championship.
Yes, it is. It's everything's gonna line up.
Yep. You can't have any. You have to be consistent.
Three championships in the last 4 years out of the Cartwright stables. Your dad was points champ last year.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
And he was on his way there this year too.
Yep.
Yes, he was running hard.
Yeah, it says Pull Town Nut is drinking a Busch Light right now.
John, Stanley, do you have a beer?
No, I don't.
Okay,
Look at
just checking.
this high quality H2O.
Sounds like the water boy.
Right?
All right, Light Pros. So Mark came out with the win, like Andy had said, 285. Colin was second at 284. Andy finished in fourth at 278. Andy, you get fourth place, but you're only, 7 feet out of first place. You got to feel pretty good about the first hook of the year, don't you think?
Oh yeah, it was good hook.
Yeah.
New tires, new turbo, trying to figure everything out.
Yeah.
Thanks for dressing up.
Colin says thanks for dressing up, Andy.
You're welcome, Colin.
He actually looks
Colin.
kind of snazzy. He's got an IH shirt on.
Put my nice IH shirt on for you.
He's drinking a beer. I mean, this is what Badger State's all about. So
Yep.
I'm just proud of Colin. If Colin would win the points, we could have him on the show. That's what we need to say, Elsie. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm gonna get a nasty Snapchat for him now. I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh yeah, yep.
And you
deserve it too.
I do. Actually, I do.
You better
I'm
be
well
careful. He defriend you.
Yeah. Brent says congratulations.
You guys were in Macville both nights, right, Andy?
Yes.
Yeah. And that would have been a co-sanctioning deal, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see here. So Friday night, Light Pro, Matt Smith, 351, Colin, 346, Mark Smith, 346, Matt Meadows. So 1 point tractor so far. Wiederhold, Tilton, Cartwright, your dad, and Ninneman. So Ninneman was on your tractor then up there.
Yep.
So
Ninneman was driving at Macville.
that would have been a fourth place hook for Badger State points.
Correct.
You guys up there on Friday night, and then I'll go grab Saturday night. Was that fun? I mean, this was the first year. How many component chassis did you actually pull against this year, Cartwright?
I don't think we pulled against one.
I don't think you did either. I think Colin would know for sure. So
I think one of them from
I think Colin's tractor was dressed up as a he had the disguise on it that he's got the component tractor.
yeah, no, it's been a component. Even their hot farm tractor was a component Cartwright. They had everybody fooled. Old Doug Burkholz, he's quiet, but he's a mad scientist. Ben Wright says, congratulations, Andy.
Thank you.
I don't know what Jeff Schultz is up to. Is this going to stir the pot? What happened here, Greg? Do we not talk about this? What happened in the hot farm class that you called for a reweigh? Where's that at?
Monroe.
You don't have to answer it. If it's a shit show, you don't have to answer it. So
let's talk to that after we're done with Andy, because that'll take a little while.
okay. No, I mean, I'm not afraid to talk about stuff. I don't want to put you on the spot. So because we put so much prep into our show on Monday nights.
Right.
Oh, shoot. Pro stop.
Yeah.
Where is the Light Pro Saturday night?
So while he's looking for that, which pull? I mean, what was your favorite pass you made this year? I mean, where do you think you made the best pass?
Freeport.
Freeport.
Yeah, I think Freeport was the best pass of the year.
You won down there?
Yes.
You had a couple of Missouri tractors there too, if I remember right?
Correct. You
got around them guys. Them guys run pretty good too. Yep. Where do you think you did the worst?
Having Ninneman drive.
It was probably in Macville was the worst that we finished.
Yeah. And that was a tough track to read, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was there Friday night when Josh was driving, and we were playing with the tires and water injection and trying to keep them cool so we could quit wrenching on them. And mine was behaving very well, but Dad's was, we had it apart 3 times by that time already.
Yeah.
And after Macville, I think we got the tires tuned in where they needed to be, and they kind of started to break in a little bit, and it all kind of came together at once.
Andy, what tires were you running this year?
We were running whole shots this year on my tractor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. So, Mac, were you on Light Pros or not in Chopir? Because that was Toma weekend, right? Yeah.
No.
July
No.
pulls. Were you at Edgerton?
No,
Jefferson? No.
nope,
Baraboo? No. Darlington?
no Darlington,
Monroe for the fair?
nope,
Helenville, Freeport, Tuesday and Wednesday. Freeport, right?
Freeport.
You were in
Okay.
Helen, weren't you?
No, not this year.
Okay.
Freeport, Tuesday.
Colin Burkle says it's all fun. Laugh out loud. We have a great group of pullers. Congrats again, Andy. I told you that in confidence about our chassis, Andy.
It's going to be on pull-off. Burkholz is a component. So
Well, it is a very competitive class, and anybody can win at any given day.
Yep.
Bob Lemke, welcome, Bob. Congratulations, Andy.
yeah, so Freeport, I showed you a run, Andy, but 329. Hopkins was 328. That's a mean one. That just getting started. They're like you said, they're all mean. Your dad got third at 324. Luke Ross 318. Colin was fifth at 311. Paulson's were sixth. Castor was seventh, and Steph was eighth. So that was your first win of the year. And
Correct.
That was a good one. Let's watch that again because it's pretty sweet. So
Well, you must have got something figured out from then on. What do you think happened? Just better hook positions, or did you figure something out in the tractor?
We had more water added to it, and figured out the air pressure where we needed to be, and really got it to start hooking how we wanted it to,
Okay. There
and
you go.
keeping cool how it needed to be.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that the trouble you had with your dad?
were you guys in Mazo or Dubuque, Andy?
Did we what?
Did you guys hook in Mazo or Dubuque?
No.
Okay, I'll go with August. Oshkosh, I know you're up there
Yep.
because I remember having Glenn on the show.
Yep.
Did you guys have trouble with your dads? Was it the water a lot too with that? Is that what the trouble was with your dads keeping it together?
Well, trying to keep it cool, and my dad's was being played with some different pistons from Robbie, and it just didn't all come together. And then when we thought it was going to, and he wound it up at Hillsboro, that's when he dropped the valve, and it made a complete mess of everything, and it got parked after that.
Yep.
That was rough. It was.
I offered to take the motor out of mine
Right.
and put it in his so he could stay in the points lead, but he said, "No, you go win it, kid."
Yeah. Well, you did.
Good decision.
Yep.
Oshkosh, Paulson's won. Cartwright you got second, Andy.
Yep.
Your dad got third. Castor was fourth. Steph was fifth, and Colin was sixth. So good showing up there, obviously. This is all post Freeport.
That's the night that the points kind of started to switch around. Was right there. Colin's pump messed up, and that made it hard for him to get to Utica. And then it was Dad and I.
Geez, you laid it on him at Utica. Was that almost to the corn?
Pretty close.
322. Your dad was 298. Did you pick a different line there, or did you just have a hell of a pass?
I had a hell of a pass.
He had a hell of a pass. I witnessed that one.
That's awesome.
He got it hooked up right away.
He must have had a hell of a pass.
Yeah. So you have to say it 3 times or it doesn't count, Greg. So
One hell of a pass.
one hell of a pass. You smart ass, Elsie. So let's see here. Russ Dostal's checking in from Pierce, Nebraska. How are you tonight, Russ? Talking light pro stocks with our Badger State points champion, Andy Cartwright, 2023. You might remember him on the D21 back in the day, Mission Impossible.
Yep.
That was a nice tractor. That was a beautiful looking tractor.
When we go to component rule changes, then I'll bring a D21 back.
Yep.
Okay.
I hope you do.
Dennis Fry will love that.
Warren, I don't think light pros were in Warren, were they?
Nope.
Let's see. Milledgeville?
Nope.
Hillsboro?
Yep.
Was that Badger State points?
Yep.
Okay, I'll pull that up quick. I just kind of want to go through your full season, Andy. So we didn't get the website on that one. And that's probably because it's a Champions Tour hook.
How'd you do in Hillsboro, Andy,
Didn't do very well.
compared to the Badger State guys or everybody?
Compared to everybody.
Okay.
Colin was up in there, and I was back probably 15 feet.
Yep.
Who else helped you with your tractor as far as like engine wise, transmission, tires, so on and so forth, or people in the pits or in the shop? Who helped you out?
Oh, Mr. Josh Ninneman helps us out quite a bit. Him and I do all the wrenching, and Dad oversees what we do. And behind the scenes, my father-in-law, he'll run parts for us, and my wife and daughter for letting me have the time to go work on it, and mom and dad. I mean, the company supports it, so it takes everybody.
Yep.
You had 21 at the Dune session up in Hillsboro, Andy. Holy crap.
Yeah, it was quite a show for Hillsboro, and a tough running bunch.
Yeah, so for Badger State points, Paulson finished a foot ahead of you, and then you got second, and then Castor would have been third in points that night. Colin was fourth. And then did Steph get up there? I don't think Steph was up there.
Yeah, Steph was there.
Was she? Yep, about time. Yeah, there she is, right ahead of Castor. Sorry about that. I missed that, Steph. And then let's go back to Saturday night then. Come on, computer, you can do it. I'm at propolling.com right now. I just jumped over there quick. Like Pro. Potts had a good weekend. Colin got fourth Saturday night. Did he still have time to go to Norwalk that night too? Andy, do you remember? I feel like he
Colin did go to Norwalk that night, yes.
That's his hometown poll. Jurisdiction, great area. Yeah, so man, that's tough. That's a tough show. And then let's go back to, let's see, Milledgeville, Hillsboro. Did you guys, Light Pros were in Beaver Dam. I remember that.
Yep.
Alan Cook, 360, Burkholz, 348, Paulson, 335, Steph. So Beaver Dam was not kind to you, Mr. Cartwright.
No, me and Beaver Dam don't get along.
That damn beaver. So
Ed Beaver.
did you just miss it there, Andy, or just bad hook, or what happened?
I think I missed it. That track always seems to mess with me somehow.
I think everybody's got a track or two like that they know they're really like they're going incompetent. And there's a couple that no matter what I do, I'm not. It doesn't matter. And I know all pullers understand what that means. So.
Yep. But there's also tracks where some guys do good at it.
Oh yeah. No, and a points championship is all. That's what I wanted to prove with this is you don't have to win every pull. You just need to be there and finish at the top. Here's Lancaster. Paulson got first that night, 343. You were right there at 342. Burkholz was 335. Steph was 330, and Castor was 316. That Lancaster track, I've heard a lot of good things about that this year on our shows. So
for
the Lancaster track was very good, powerful. Yeah. It took power. It was a good hook.
That's the track Badger State has had for years. Honestly, the dirt there just goes together good and takes power.
You hear you're starting to really hear from fans how much they love the light pro stock class, because of that horsepower to weight ratio. And it truly is a driver's class, Andy. That 1,000 pounds that you have, compared to like a 401 or whatever, that makes a difference. You guys got the old front ends up and you got to drive them. Not saying you don't have to drive other classes, but I hear that, when I talk to people. Were you guys in Peck? Were you guys in Peck, Sauk, or Highland at all?
Highland.
I knew that. Okay. Jared 369. Andy, you're at first in Badger State points that night, 350. Collins second, 345. Paulson. Yeah, you guys had a good 6 tractors pretty much all season long. That's awesome.
That was a good hook. I mean, Dirk really puts it together there for everything and him and his crew do. And Highland's always good to me. The tractor Highland.
When did you take over the points lead, Andy, in the season? Do you remember when?
It would have had been the next hook after Hillsboro.
And then here's Monroe.
Caster.
Lancaster. Okay.
Yeah, Lancaster.
Andy, do you have pulling shirts for sale? Somebody's asking.
No, I don't have any yet. We need to get some made eventually here. We're working on it. Nobody, we got to get some pictures and do it. Nobody's done it, and we've been talking about it for years.
Understood. So Eccles, 1, Monroe. Andy, you were second. First and Badger State Boyne's calling the second. Yeah, 9 of you there. JJ got his out. Nice.
Yep.
Was that JJ's first hook?
Yep.
That was JJ's first hook.
Awesome. Because
First
he told me about that tractor 2 years ago on the way to Shipshawana. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Badger State hook, he tried it in Brooklyn. And then
Okay.
First time he got her wound for sound and wide open was there.
There's a misprint here on Super Farm. It says John Stranley won Super Farm. Greg, who's putting these results together? How could they make that kind of a mistake?
John Stanley did win Super Farm.
I know. I'm just messing with him.
He's a good driver.
Yes,
I think I need to hire him.
He'd drive it. He'd drive it.
There was only one Super Farm there.
No,
Yep.
there was 14.
Padded a little bit.
Yep.
Gaffney was second. Vinny was third. Gutenberg was fourth. Berg was fifth. Yeah. There's kind of some big names there. Big names there. Way to go, Stranley. I know you
Yep.
talked about that a little bit last week, but I was busy. So.
Yep.
We'll get Jason on. We'll just bring him over to my place here. He's
There
only,
you go.
when you go across the cornfield back here, he's only about a mile and a half away.
You think you could find it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, just do like a trail of bush lights, right? To your house. Like E.T. Well,
Started
this
driving.
is where you, the fans or the pullers watching, get to either give Andy crap or congratulate him or ask him a question or whatever. Please type some stuff in the comments. We'll put them up on the screen. John, Greg, what else do we got for Andy tonight?
Who do you think at the beginning of the year? Who do you think was going to be your stiffest competition in the class, or do you know?
Colin and Dad were running strong and running hard.
Yep.
And after the first pull, you know, they were duking it out. And I was probably like fourth or fifth in points after Macville. And I'm like, well, we got to concentrate on the other one. And then all of a sudden it just happened. It all fell together.
It's usually how it goes. It can either fall together or it can fall apart.
And I was pushing hard to keep Dad's running. I mean, I think we put one set of pistons, but we put 3 sets of rings in it and 2 different sets of liners and trying to make things work, and it just wasn't working. And then we went back to the old stuff, and somehow we didn't catch that seat being loose or something, and it just happened that way. And it was time to push it in the corner, and I was giving him a hard time. He says, well, you want my motor, or we could take the motor out of leftovers and stick it in there for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And he says, no, we'll just leave it sit. Let's go pulling with yours and let's have fun.
How long's your dad been pulling, Andy?
My uncle and I started pulling. Dad went and bought a tractor from Dick Ruff. And I didn't even know about it. And he brought it home and told me, well, you just go to the job tomorrow. Don't come to the shop. That's when I lived at our old farm. The next thing you know, I'm out mowing weeds and the phone starts ringing. Hey, your dad's at Jefferson with a tractor. Hey, your dad's at Jefferson with a tractor. I says, I don't know whose it is. He's kicking butt. So then I came home and found it and realized it was true. And it's been pulling since. That was probably, had to be at least 15 years ago.
What year? What tractor did he buy, Andy? And what class did it pull in?
It was a 1466. It was a altered tractor, and then we pulled it in South Central, and it did pull in Pro Farm a few times.
Okay.
And then it got sold to Dusty Dane.
Dusty Dane. I
And
recognize
it,
that name. He's up in Northeast Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, it was called Hyperforce.
Yeah, I've seen that tractor run at Shipshawana before.
Yep.
I think he runs with NEW Motorsports.
Yeah. Well, now Eric owns it. Eric Wettenkamp owns it now.
Oh, the Raging Bull, I think he calls it.
Yep.
Yep, that tractor's that's a mean hot farm now.
Yes.
Colin Burkholt's putting in a petition that light pros at Baraboo are non-.6. So he must not like Baraboo, Burkholt's. That'd be my guess.
I think Mark's done pretty good there a couple times in a row.
Yeah, that track and Mark get along very well.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
And Colin, we took that to the board, and the answer is
Oh,
no.
it'll be double points next year.
Yeah, double points. It's like
What you got, Colin, is you got to get a John Deere shirt and put it on, or a competitor shirt and put it on, then put your fire suit on. Your tractor will be so pissed off that it's got to win.
It'll either go,
Works every time.
like you said, it'll either come together or come apart.
Yep. I've done that. I wore the Buxton shirt, wore It's No Joke shirt, and it won. So it works for me anyway.
Yeah. I've got my old school Gary Brinkmeyer Pulling Farm t-shirts, and I don't wear this very often on tonight. I thought
Look at that.
probably 20 some years old.
Look at that. And it still fits.
It does.
I bet there was a while it wasn't as loose as it is now, Elsie. So.
There was
You still talking about the shirt, or are you talking about? Never mind. Don't.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a family show, John. It's not even after 8 o'clock yet.
I know.
still in the PG hours.
Yep.
Brought to you by the high quality H2O.
Yeah, brought to you by Bottled Water. John Stanley. Kurt Cartwright, you're drinking a beer, aren't you? I hope so. Andy?
I got a flavored soda.
Okay, flavored soda. Fair enough.
Last week I had a mark during the show and I got a little crap for that, so I'm not gonna do that again.
But did you get out of control last week, Greg?
No, I don't think so.
I tried to do one of my shows, one of my Let's Grow Pullings from Florida, after doing a bunch of shots of Fireball, telling everybody it was okay. And Roos and those guys were texting my wife, and she was been drinking too. So I've decided that I'm not ready. I need to be sober, Jason, on the show. So it's all good. It's all good. That's where I was last Monday, and that's why I didn't want to do it to you guys.
Yeah, you were in Key West, weren't you?
Yeah, you don't want me down. You don't want me on the show. I barely have a filter when I'm sober, so it's all good.
My brother owns a lot in Key West on Duval Street.
Does he really?
You ever see where they rent all them bikes out?
Yeah, I walked right by it. That's worth some money.
Yep.
That's pro stock money. That's 4-engine mod money.
He's a realtor. It's better than
Oh,
farming.
it's okay then. Yeah.
No. I'm a
But Jason, he left us. So out of a whole year, making it through all the polls, not too much hurt on yours this year then? It stayed pretty healthy, the tractor did?
What was that?
I said, so throughout the season, your tractor stayed pretty healthy. You didn't have to work on it a whole lot other than early on in the season with the water injection?
Nope, it was healthy once we went to Edgerton Test and Tune, and I exploded the turbo to start the year. After that, it was good.
Got it out of its system.
Yeah. Whose turbo do you run, Andy?
Wimmer 4.8.
Yeah. Yep. That's a big enough one to try and spin with a 540, isn't it?
Yeah, I know some other guys are running bigger, but I'm happy with what we have.
Right.
You should be.
The ground.
The bigger you go, the harder it's going to be to keep it together.
Yep. You
True.
Right.
If
Yep.
you had a chance to drive somebody else's tractor or truck or whatever it is, pulling vehicle, no strings attached, bring your helmet and fire suit, jump in, whose tractor, truck, or what would it be?
Probably be a pro stock.
I
Any
agree.
certain one?
If I got to narrow it down to one, I want to drive Ladwigs.
There you go.
He had that down there. That was pretty cool. He got to go down to that Luke Bryan, that big concert in the country or whatever, that thing.
Yep.
So,
Sure, yeah.
I had a couple realtors text me from Madison. They're like, one of these tractors is here. You're always talking about tractor pulling. I go, yeah, Ladwig's there. So that's pretty cool. I said, go up, and I had a little fun with him. So he called me on that. That was good.
Maybe.
Yep.
That's
No,
good.
cool. Where would you, Andy, where would you drive it? Where you could take it anywhere.
Going anywhere?
Yep.
Bowling Green. Never been there.
Nice.
Yep.
I know Craig went out there this year. So, and this is that's Big Ryan Rusink's question. He's been asking that forever. We stole it from him. So I always gotta, because of my copyright issues, I gotta give him a plug for that. Okay, just so you know.
Yes. Good question.
Yep. It's a great question. It's a
And
great question.
whose sled would you like behind it?
There you go.
Yep.
Whose sled?
Yeah, whose sled you want hooked behind?
Oh, I like Johnny's sled.
Johnny Peterson's? Yep. Perfect.
Good choice. Good choice.
I know he had a few troubles with it this year, but that sled is always very, very consistent.
Yep. I like hooking to that sled too. I like hooking them all. You got to think every one of them is different. Everybody in the stands thinks you're just hooking to the sled, but you have to have a different gear for every sled. You know, a lot of people I don't think realize that. Different weight set for every sled too. You know, as much as the track, you change stuff, right?
Yeah, and some people get used to that same sled, and you get hooked to another one, and it throws them for a curveball.
It does. It does. You have to keep track of whose sled you're hooked to and what gear you're going to run in, because some of them just pull different.
Frank Molitor says, great job, buddy. Frank got the big win down there at the Greene County Fall Nationals, didn't he?
He did.
I,
That's awesome.
I would say Frank had the pass of the year there that day.
Yep.
Well, now I got to go find it on the YouTube.
Yep. That was a good pass.
He was smiling when he come up and visited with me, so that's good.
Yep. So, anybody have any more questions for Andy? We get him up here, so we'll get on to some other stuff too. We're done, you know. And Andy, you got anything else you want to say?
I would like to say thanks to everybody that has their hands in with Badger State. I mean, it takes everybody to make this happen. It just isn't one person, and you know, it's very, you know, honorable to you know, when you make that donation to the hospital, that you know, a lot of people don't realize what we all go through, and everybody does it to get that. And it takes everybody. If it didn't take everybody, we wouldn't be here.
Right. It takes the whole family, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
And you do a great job of planning and going out and getting all these events. I mean, that's a job just by itself besides farming.
Yep. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Andy. I seen Adam Stevens had a little comment out there about the sleds too. He said he didn't think it mattered either until he started hooking to them. You know, he was a new puller this year too in the 4-1 class. So difference people watch, they aren't all the same.
They all pull a little different. Yep. Good though. Keeps you on your toes. Makes you a better driver.
Yeah, I don't want to pull the same sled all the time. I like pulling different ones and things. I like the challenge, you know, because you know, some guys do really good on some sleds and they don't do very good on other ones, and that might be the one you do good on.
You're absolutely correct there.
Yep. It keeps it interesting. Well, as long as they're here, that what the question earlier about reweight and or checking weight or the 466 class in Monroe is what happened is 5 or 6 tractors into the class. Johnny found something that broke on his sled, and he said it's broke. And we should have started the class over, but we didn't. So we were gonna possibly. We went back and talked. It ended up being even points of money because of the rain out, but we talked about bringing the top 5 or 6 back and letting them try it again. But then we didn't know how many people it might have been broke for. It was an air valve. So everybody knows Friday night before Monroe, Johnny had the chain break in the limited pro class in Broqua, and it wiped out a bunch of stuff. And I think this might have been a part that he didn't maybe see right away, and it wasn't tripping the pan in the same spot, or wasn't doing something right. And he admitted it. It's fine. He told us. I mean, that's the best way to do it. Say, hey, I got a problem here. Something's wrong. Because a couple tractors got out 50 feet in front of everybody else, and they shouldn't have. That class was too good to have guys that far out. And we were going to try to do something about it, and then the rain just that made whatever we were going to do a mute point. So at first they thought we were going to reweigh the first 5 or 6 and go back, and then we had a meeting, and everybody's very calm, and everybody understands things break. Nobody was mad, nobody was upset. But everybody wants it to be right, and we tried to make it right, and we just ran out of time. Couldn't get it done. So for all the questions about reweighing the tractors in Monroe, that's what it was.
I still think Josh Ninneman had it won.
Yeah.
Of course you do, Cartwright.
Yeah. But there was an air valve, wasn't tripping or doing something right, and Johnny caught it, and he did the right thing, saying, hey, I've got a problem here, and that's all you can ask of anybody, right?
Oh, for sure. You handled it the right way.
He did.
And that poor guy probably never had any sleep. He left Viroqua, drove home, Black River Falls.
Yep.
Worked on the tractor probably most of the night, if not all night, to get it put back together. Then to check it out, go through it, load it all back up, and head down to Monroe, which is not a short trip from Black River Falls.
Yep.
No.
So he probably wore out.
He was.
Did he catch it early in the show? Like, were Hot Farms pretty early in the show, or was it later in the show?
They were right after the pro stocks.
Okay.
Well,
don't they alternate sleds down there? Like they have one ready for the next class?
he pulled pro stocks, and then whatever class, the trucks were next, and then like 466.
Okay.
6 was the next after pro stocks.
Yep.
But it's so things happen. Yep. But at least he caught it, admitted it, and move on, and life goes on, right?
Exactly.
It's
Well,
odd to
Andy?
see sled broke.
Sorry. Andy, thanks for coming on tonight. Congratulations on your 2020
problem.
points championship. The Cartwright name has been synonymous in points championship, like John said, through the last 4 years, you and your dad. And I know Ninneman's a big part of your team as well and your whole family. So shout out to them, and we'll see you at the banquet.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
You win that many in a row, or Andy, everybody's gunning for you. You know that, right?
I know that. They were gunning for me when I had the D21.
We get a detail, and then I'll give you a longer shot, right?
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Andy.
Very much, Andy.
Have a good one. Thanks.
Thank you.
And he dressed up. I love how Colin said that. So Andy
Yep.
Cartwright, everybody, joined us for about 45 minutes. Thank you, Andy, for coming on tonight. That was fun. Gonna celebrate all of our points champions with the Badger State Raptor Puller, 2023 season. And we started with Andy Cartwright tonight with Light Pros. So good to know that. So got about 5 minutes left, guys. John, Greg, what else you got on your plate tonight?
I don't know, not a lot. We'll try and see who we get on next week, and I'm hoping John and I can get a day or just get a couple shop tours in here this fall yet, if it works or something. But and we have one in the can yet from Chuck Gutenberg we can do.
Yeah, I got to get Chandler on that. He wasn't feeling good today, so I didn't mess with him too much. So,
but it's good to get the points champions in here and talk to them. So we've got 9 of them to go yet, right?
Yeah, I like to celebrate them, get that done before the banquet if we can. I
Yep.
just think it's fair. And then, and if we have to double up a couple nights, go ahead and do it. So if you're a points champion, and you don't like to be on the show, just suck it up, Buttercup, and get a hold of John or Greg or myself, and we'll get you the link.
Yep.
We'll have you come on for a Monday night. And if you don't want to come on for, Andy's a great talker. You can come on, talk the whole time, or just come on for 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you. You can Bill Smith it. Yep. I want to thank my wife, my kids, the farm, and see you later.
But going through the polls there like that, that's interesting. Guys tell you about each event, and if somebody was there to watch them, you want to hear how you did. I think that's a good thing to do.
Well, I stole that from Strandley because at the banquet he'll say, "Hey, 3 first place, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, or whatever." So John, I stole that from you, buddy. So.
Yep. And if there's any pullers watch when you vote for favorite sled and driver of the year, I think we're going to do that online this year. We're trying to get that set up, and if we don't get it done right, it'll be the same way: print it off and mail it in. Anybody's watching, so I think we'll get more participation if you just have to go online. We're going to email everybody in the club, every member, and you get to fill it out and just send it back. Email.
Drew Otto, is there any way to know the footage of the hot farm class from Monroe that day? Even though we all got first, just was curious. I don't. That's probably not on the website, is it, Greg?
I doubt it.
It's like 363 or something. I thought the lead was.
Yeah, that was there's like 2 or 3 guys out there, and the rest of them were like 40 feet behind.
Yeah.
So
something like 363 comes to mind. Someone was out there.
Adam Anthony said there's something wrong with the sled. I didn't feel it hit like I normally do, and so from there on they pulled a few more, and I guess they finished the class, but it wasn't right.
Crap, there was 23 of them there that day. Holy crap!
At least they all got the limited pros didn't get to pull either night. The sled broke on Friday night and got rained out on Saturday night.
There was Monroe had big numbers. Holy crap!
Yeah. Yep.
16.36 trucks. That's a great way to end the year. I mean, that's neat that they have that big show like that.
I'll see if I can get Jason Vinny next Monday. I'll give him a chat, see if he's going to be around.
I don't know if he likes you. Just because you drove his tractor doesn't mean he likes you. Straight.
Yeah.
That's
if you wouldn't have won, he for sure wouldn't like you.
Yeah.
If I'd have broke it, he really wouldn't have liked me.
Yeah, look up Jason, and we'll try and get him on next week, and hopefully he can do that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You two hang out for a second after I end the stream. I want to talk to you for a second. So
okay.
Thanks for watching tonight. John, please hit our sponsors one more time, buddy.
Our sponsors: Farm Street Toys, Casper Egg, Trip Downing, Slama Enterprises, and don't forget to get your raffle tickets. You can get a hold of Jack Spots and get a hold of Greg or I'll have some tickets. So someone else on there too. Oh, and Ross and I got first garden tractor pulling. Yep.
If you'd like to sponsor us next year too, I got an email last week from a sponsor. So we'll get something together, for you. And we really don't know. We're kind of winging it this first year, and we just kind of got to put a package together for it, right?
Yeah, we won't just sit down and type it up, Greg. So.
Yep, we'll do that.
I think a title sponsor, a naming sponsor, that we could put some logos on the screen. I can, if you guys get me the logos, I can do. Hold on a second. I'll go to my logos. I can do stuff like this up in the corner. We can stream on the bottom. We can do overlays like this. We can do a lot of stuff, to help out a sponsor, whatever you want to do with this. We could have if give us a 30-second commercial, I can play it in the video. Over the screen, we can do whatever you want to do. So, we're easy. We're tractor pullers, truck pullers, mini rod pullers. Just let us know what you're thinking, and we'll work with you. So,
yep.
But I can tell you, a lot of people watch this and they listen to it. So you're going to get your name out there. So
I want to thank everybody that comes up and talks to me about the show. I appreciate it. It makes me feel better that people are actually watching, because I really don't know the numbers until Jason tells me the numbers, but I don't know where they're at or who's around. But
Greg, we just give you just enough information just so you don't hurt yourself. So.
Just get me in trouble. Yep. I really like comments, and it's all been positive from everybody. It's been great, and I appreciate it. And it's a big commitment to do this every Monday night. You wouldn't think it would be, but it is.
It is. It's you have a long day. You put in 8 to 12 hours outside, and you come home, and then you do this. And Gets to be Monday nights are long, but no, it's fun. It's fun because we're promoting the sport. We're making the pullers rock stars. We talk about that all the time. They deserve this. Nobody does this for money. All three of us pull, and we know that we do it for the competition and the camaraderie, and that's what makes it fun. So
we're gonna do some of them. My goal is to do some sponsors at their businesses, do a couple shows there live or something, whatever we do.
Yep. So okay. You guys hang out for just a second. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next Monday at 7 p.m. If you need anything, call 608-444-7956. That's your number, Craig, by the way.